Hub involved. All right. All right. Hello, Comedy Hub. And hello to KO Comedy. It's time for a show. It's time for a show. There we go. Buttons have been pushed. Shows are being started. It is happening. It is going down. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday and welcome to KO Comedy, you guys. I am your tech tonight, who can see herself in the camera now. I'm noticing that I totally forgot to take these off. That's fine. You know what? We're committing. Glasses tonight. We're going with glasses. Welcome. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm your tech tonight. I'm Annie Dies a Lot, and I'm just here to go over a few things that everyone can do at home to help this show go nice and smoothly. The very first thing, if you are here in the Zoom room, now's a great time to turn on those mics and cameras, guys. Definitely helps the show go smoothly. We can see and hear your reactions. It helps a lot. We know it's the internet. We know anonymity is king sometimes on the internet. We get it. If that's the case for you, we're not offended, but go ahead and use those reactions at the bottom of your screen. There is a reaction button. Go ahead, push some buttons. Let us know if you're having a good time. Show us some laugh face emojis. Let us know if you're having a bad time. Cry for us. Just let us know. Let us know. Twitch, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. That's Sarah Green. Great to see your name. Everybody that's hanging out on Twitch and over on YouTube. Thanks so much for watching tonight. If you guys want to come be a part of the live Zoom room, you are all welcome. That's right. All of you are welcome. It's really easy. Go to kocomedy.com, sign up for the email, and then you will receive a link to this show and all of our other shows. And you guys, we've got other shows every day of the week. That's right. We do this every day. Some of them are even Zoom exclusives. For instance, after this show, you guys, after this show is over, it's going to stop streaming out to Twitch and onto YouTube, but we're going to keep the after party going down right here. It is going down. That's right. The after party, I got this wrong. This is my bad. Tonight it is Bianca. Bianca Red is hosting the after party. We're going to play some trivia. We're going to have some fun. That's the wrong button. It's going to be a good time, you guys. It's going to be a good time. We also have, it's happening. It's coming back this Thursday night. Are you guys ready for it? That's right. Sammy elects the hour. He's electing the whole hour. He's electing to tell us some funny jokes post-election. I'm sure we can all use it after this next week. So come on through. It's going to be fun. And you guys, Sunday, it's going down. Casey McNeil right here hosting KO Comedy Sunday. So lots of good reasons to go sign up. Get the links. Come be friends with us. It's fun. And for all of you out here in Zoom, if you're curious to see what's happening over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Comedy Hub is the place to go to. That is the home of the world's worst AI comedian. That's right. Laughing Larry is in the chat. We've been working on Laughing Larry this past week and a half. He stopped working. We had to reprogram him a little bit, and he came back an asshole. So now we're just trying to make him not be such an asshole. But he's a work in progress, you guys. But he sucks. No matter how hard we work on him, he's terrible. He's god awful. If you want to talk to Laughing Larry, just drop a chat. Start it with @LaughingLarryAI, followed by your comment, and he will say something really, really dumb. He will. It's terrible. He's not coming for your jobs yet, kids. He's not. Let's see. What is next? I know what's next. You guys, this is a free show. You are so welcome. That being said, we still ask that everyone supports the people that they see tonight. Fun fact, it's easy and it's free to support the people in front of you. Give them all a follow. During everybody's sets, I'm going to go ahead and drop their Instagram handles both on my screen and down in the chat. That gives you a reason to go follow them. You have no excuse to not follow them. Do it. Help their algorithm out. See if they got new content coming out. See if they're performing near you. So many good reasons to go give a comedian a follow, you guys. Just do it. But you can also, if you're feeling generous, you can donate. That's right. We do take donations. It's pretty easy. We take Venmo at KO-Comedy. We also take PayPal, KOComedyShows at gmail.com. And if you're watching on Twitch, you guys, We also take those bits, and we don't just take your money. Oh, no, no, no. We're going to go ahead and give you a shout out. We're going to put your name on the donation board. That's right. Donation board, new month, new board. There's nothing up there yet, but we're going to fill it with some fun-filled Thanksgiving Day type of things. That's right. When you donate, I'll go ahead and slap your name on something festive. It's going down. So, yeah. Yeah, and let's see. There's one more thing that everyone can do at home to help this show go nice and smooth, and that's enjoy the show because it's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, that is enough of me. Are you guys ready to get this show going? Are we ready? Well, I know that Michael's ready, and you know what? That's enough for me, you guys. That's enough, you guys. It is time. Comedy in English is back, and we have the host tonight, you guys. Give it up for your amazing host. You guys, it's Michael Madsen.
Michael!
Oh my gosh. One more time, guys, for the one and only Annie Dies a Lot, guys, putting KO Comedy together on a Friday night. Shout out to all you guys watching right now in the Twitch stream right now, and as well in this private Zoom room. As Annie said before, if you're in that private Twitch stream and you're enjoying the show, come on over to the Zoom room, right, guys? KOComedy.com. You can get that link or ask for a message in the Twitch, and they will send you the link over there. Shout out to all you guys who are here right now. Let's give it up for all the people we got right here, guys, and especially Michael's Fathom Note Taker. Let's give it up for Michael's Fathom Note Taker, everybody.
Yes.
That is, yes, the number one fan of anything I do is my Fathom Note Taker. I'm sure some of the comedians here are very familiar with the AI note takers and in regards to the fact of how supportive they are. And we got some amazing comedians on with you guys today. We got the one and only Adam Cousins, everybody. Give it up for Adam Cousins.
Yeah.
Joining us. Look at that. Waving his hand right there in the air. We got Paul Kilmer, probably getting ready to do something spectacular that we haven't seen before. So I'm very, very excited for that. And of course, the one and only, you know her from KO Comedy herself, and she's on Comedy Hub consistently, the one and only Jackie Monahan, everybody. Jackie! Oh, now, Jackie, I see that you've got yourself on mute right over here. So why don't you tell maybe if there's some new people in the room right now, what you do on Comedy Hub?
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm never nude on it, but I did have somebody nude on it once by accident, and we had to stop it live. But what I do is the Jackie Mo Show. And that is Saturday, every Saturday except the first Saturday of the month from 3 to 5 Pacific.
From 3 to 5 Pacific. And,
yeah,
and that is, it's important that you put that Pacific time here because sometimes people will be watching this and they're like, oh, 3 to 5 my time. And then they're like, no, 3 to 5 your time is like 3 a.m. here. So we need to make sure in regards to, by the way, guys, daylight savings time on Sunday, make sure that you're setting those clocks. If some of you guys still have analog clocks, I guess still. So if you have a stovetop, basically, that's the only place you need to do that. I think cars still, don't you still have to do it on a car? We can ask some people. Speaking of cars, it seems like Mimi's in motion. I feel like Mimi is on an elliptical or a treadmill of some sort. Mimi, is that what's going on with you right now? Yep. She's like, yep, that's why I'm on mute right now, because I don't want you to hear the huffing and puffing. It would be freaking people out. Kevin Galvez, he's got his face as close to the camera as possible. When I said let's make sure that we have our microphones and our cameras on, Kevin goes, oh wait, let me get as close as possible to the camera right over there. And we appreciate that, Kevin, because honestly, if you weren't right in the camera right there, you do what my dad does when he gets on Zooms. He thinks he gets in there as if he's getting closer to you. Like you can't hear him. Like this is like a cup and a string scenario or something like that. Like that is my dad. Adam, I don't know about this. Do you have older relatives that don't understand how technology works, and so they yell into the computer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's the magical mirror in Snow White. Like I don't know what exactly how they exactly they think this works. But no, it's very interesting though, Adam, because like I was staying with my dad, and he literally was shouting, and I thought he was like upset, and he just said, no, I just want to make sure they could hear me. I'm like, they have a volume adjustment on their side, right? How that works. I want to say, I thought that Bernie Sanders, I thought that was the representation of Bernie Sanders from another culture. I thought it was the Bernie Sanders is their cousin from a different culture. That's what I thought was going on right over there. We got William Claude Reynolds. William Claude Reynolds attends a lot of these shows, so give it up for the one and only William Claude Reynolds, who's not on camera right now and doesn't have his microphone on. And of course, Manic Mystic Michelle. Is that Mikhail? Michelle? I can't tell. If you turn on your cameras and your microphone, maybe we can hear. By the way, guys, if you do have your cameras and your microphones on, and something happens, like I don't know, a herd of cats walks by, feel free to mute yourself when that happens. Totally fine. Adam, I'm sure you've been very familiar with this with a lot of Zoom shows. Children will barge into a room in the middle of them.
Oh, you mean like what just happened right now?
Oh yeah, no, I thought you were heckling the show.
Did you see me stiff arm my daughter?
I was like, oh my gosh, Adam, it is like, you know how difficult it is to do Zoom comedy. Imagine having a heckler in the room while you're trying to do Zoom comedy, and that heckler came from you, has your own gene pool involved in it. That's always fun. Oh, William's got his camera on. Give it up for William, guys. Woo! William. Oh my gosh, look at the puppy. Give it up for the puppy. Adam, what's your dog's name?
Oh, this is a brand new member of the family. Her name is Pumpkin Rainbow Clara Cousins.
And who named her?
Well, the family all liked Pumpkin, but then the 3-year-old was not letting go of Rainbow. And in order to avoid tears, we're like, we'll throw in Rainbow as a middle name. And then Clara was the name they had at the rescue for her. And then we just gave her last. So it became a long name, but she's, I think Pumpkin's going to feel a little dated come like April.
So Pumpkin, Rainbow, Clara, what's the last part?
Cousins. Just me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So PRCC.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds like a church.
Okay. No, I mean, honestly, it sounds like an organization. It sounds like a nonprofit. It sounds like, guys, you got to make sure during the holiday season that you're donating to PRCC. They do a lot of great work in the Pacoima area to make sure that everyone has a lovely holiday. By the way, Adam, do you ever have this happen to you where like you get all this? I'm having this right now with all the election stuff that's going on right now. They're like, vote no on Proposition 33 to like give like medical aid to blah blah blah. I'm like, why would I want to vote no to like not helping people? And they're like, oh, you got to look inside. What really Prop 33 really does is like it manifests Lucifer into your life. It's like I don't think that's. I don't think that's true.
Sounds like a bad trade.
I don't think that's true at all. And also, my favorite thing is like I get the postcards in the mail, and it's like political watchdog groups. And they're telling you specifically who to vote for. And I'm like, okay, so these people are just getting kickbacks, right? That's how this is working? Nobody just does this for free, right? I mean, that's the way I see it. Now, Adam, you live in Glendora, right?
I do live in Glendora, pride of the foothills.
Pride of the foothills. Now, in Glendora, I'm assuming that is very suburban. So I'm sure you had some Halloween trick-or-treating going on yesterday.
Oh, yeah, so much trick-or-treating. It was, we were out. We started early because, we had the little ones. So we weren't out too late, but we really crammed it in. It was a busy day for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I think, the thing is that like when you have younger kids, you still trick-or-treat when it's light outside. Yeah. Which is kind of like doing comedy outside. You're like, this is not really conducive to this activity in any way whatsoever.
I mean, Halloween in California itself is insane. Like growing up in Seattle, like it was dark, it's a lot earlier. And so when I was watching like E.T. as a kid and there'd be trick-or-treating and the sun was up, it just looked so insane to me. But now I'm down here to realize, oh no, that's just something people do it. I would into it.
My favorite thing about it is that today, as I was driving back here to my house to get on the show right here, I saw a bunch of people still in costumes, and I'm like, either they're extremely hungover, still out from last night, or November 1st is now a thing because it's a Friday night. I don't know. How do you feel about that? And Paul, how do you feel, or Jackie, how do you feel about the whole Halloween, not on Halloween thing? Are you pro it or anti it?
Me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, hey. Well, the thing about Halloween is that a lot of people blame the devil for it being his holiday, but he has other things going on. It's not the devil's holiday. It's a great holiday to end up with type 2 diabetes, which I have, so you're welcome.
That got more morbid and than I expected it to go. I was more thinking in regards to the fact that like some people like to celebrate Halloween on October 24th or November 2nd, as opposed to on Halloween.
People would leave Satan alone.
I tell you what, I feel like that was a witch's cackle right over there. So somebody's being very supportive of Halloween. Going, Evil Dave knows what I'm talking about. For Evil Dave, every day is Halloween. So, Jackie, how do you feel?
There were a lot of Halloween events for me, and I had to dress up almost every day. I mean, I didn't have to. Let's face facts. I could have stayed home, but I'm Halloween. By the time Halloween came around, I was Halloweened out, but I still dressed up. But
I feel like a lot of people like that, and I feel like a lot of people like it's a lot of pressure in regards to the Halloween thing because they feel like they need to be putting on a different costume every single time they go out. So like you'll meet somebody and it's like, oh, then like, so weren't you? Oh, so this year you were blah blah blah, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, but I saw a bunch of pictures like that. I'm like, oh yeah, that was like my 7th outfit. They're like sports teams now where they have like their alternate kits, basically. Like that's
what I had.
Yeah, you had your alternate Halloween outfit. You're like,
I did.
And unfortunately on Halloween was like the 4th option. So like your best option was like October 24th.
Exactly.
If you saw you on the actual Halloween, there was like the junior varsity Halloween outfit. Yeah.
Exactly. You got it. You got me down.
Yeah. Now, Adam, did you dress up when you go with the kids?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Jackie.
No, you know what? I buy a Halloween costume roughly every 5 or 6 years, and then I just wear that every year for the next 5 or 6 years and stretch it out. I bought a ghillie suit about 4 years ago, which if you're not familiar, it's like a sniper outfit kinda. It looks like you're a bush, and I just used it to look like I was a bush, and I just stand on by bushes and stuff and jump out at people. I didn't wear it last night because I realized 2 years ago that it's like it just picks up everything as you're walking around. It just like anything you watch, because it's like you look like a big tree, like a big hairy thing, and so you're just picking up everything as you're walking. And it gets stuck to you, and so I'd have all these like little spiky balls and like leaves stuck to my feet, and it was just a pain. And so yesterday I just wore just a pumpkin sweatshirt, and people criticized me for it. Michael, they said I wasn't trying hard enough, but I don't know.
Well, you know what is trying hard enough is donating to KO Comedy, guys. So make sure that you're checking out all those links right over there. They got all the different options. Andy can tell you all about those during one of our interstitials that's going on, guys. But just want to kind of get that marinating into your head right now. Sure that all these comedians can afford a bite-sized Kit Kats to continue their diabetic comas from last night. That's what we want to have. Kevin is smiling, which is as good as a standing ovation on an online comedy show. So shout out to Kevin for doing that. Kevin, did you dress up last night? You can unmute yourself. No? He's like, I don't even want to unmute myself for that.
No, I took my daughter's trick-or-treating, but I didn't dress up. And I recommend. Seemed like barely anybody giving out candy.
Barely anybody giving out candy. Oh man, I tell you what, I think that's how this progressive society is now, is that now we're giving out antioxidants and Ozempic treatments to children. That's what's going on. What's going on. By the way, I get these all the time about the semi-glutides or the glutides or the peptides or any of all the tides. I get them all these ads to me whatsoever. But the craziest thing about it is, like, it's the most jacked dude, and he like with no ounce of fat, and they're like, do you need semi-glutides? I'm like, that's not the image to show me. Like, because that guy's already fit. Like, why is this guy using this? He's a drug addict. That's why he's using it, guys. He's just a drug addict. And that's what's taking place in his body right now. I had something really interesting last night, Adam, that I'd never had before. I had a Cinnamon Toast Crunch Kit Kat.
Oh.
Yeah. We've just run out of ideas, right? Society has jumped the shark. Is that what's basically going on? Candy has jumped the shark?
Yeah.
We can't come... Cinnamon Toast Crunch Kit Kats. Like, honestly, I don't know if you know this, but actually, around the world, I think there's something like 70 different flavors of Kit Kats, and they're more like regional based on the part of the world that they're from. There's a taro flavored Kit Kat that's very popular in Asia. Mike Eckert's here, guys. Well, he's here in spirit because he's actually not. It's just his image right now. Mike, please put yourself on the camera, because right now it looks like an in memoriam to you. We don't want that. We want to make sure that you survived Halloween. Oh, there he is, wearing his best Freddy Krueger sweater. So shout out to Mike with that. Oh, Paul, what are you fidgeting with over there, dude?
A lighter.
Okay, that went a different direction than I expected it to.
What did you think it was? I mean,
I thought it was like a fidgeter or something like that.
I'm glad you're doing really good. I like when you do stuff.
I'm a big fan of Mimi doing stuff, because I think right now she's on the treadmill, she's cooking, she's also about to get on the London Bridge. She's got a lot going on. And guys, if you want to make sure that you can follow all the excursions that all the comedians who are going on, guys, make sure you're following their social medias. See how, like, my screen right now says @MichaelMajid with my little social medias right there. That's my social medias on all of them. Follow me. You can find out where I'm performing in your town, where I will also be fidgeting with a lighter, hopefully not lighting myself on fire, because I am not good with fire, unlike Paul. Into the scenarios. And you can check out all the cool stuff we got going on with that. With that all being said, guys, are you guys ready to get the show going? Come on. Got our first comic. Come on. Let's get our first comic up on stage. Guys, your first comic coming to the stage. We absolutely love this guy here at KO Comedy. He's got a fantastic album that you can check out there on all the different platforms. Let's give it up for the one and only Adam Cousins, everybody.
Hey. Oh, all right. A little music intro. Don't want to talk over that as I walk up to the virtual stage, approach the microphone. Hello, everybody. I'm a little close myself. Don't want to. The green screen's kind of throwing me off a little bit here. Well, hello. I appreciate it. Now I'm clumsy. I'm a pretty clumsy guy. I'll be honest. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. I'll just jump right into it here. I've been thinking a lot about my past lately. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. That being said, I don't think I've ever made as big of a mistake as the first guy to ever pistol whip somebody. It's a pretty big error in my mind. It's like, you imagine like the next weekend showing up to like his friend's house, like, hey, everybody, look, it's Mr. I don't know how a gun works. Hey, you can't just thwack him with it. It's got a whole mechanism built into it. Why do you think we bought you the bullets? That's embarrassing. That's got to be really embarrassing. I'm glad that hasn't really happened to me too much in my life, though. I got a question. I do have two daughters. I have a 7-year-old daughter and a 3-year-old daughter. But why? I've been wondering this for a long time. How come they each get their own bedroom and my wife and I have to share one? This doesn't seem to make a lot of sense. We're contributing a lot more to this home, but either way, there's we'll get crammed in here one way or another. We got an election next week. No one's talking about that. I'll do it. We got an election next week. Conservatives, at least the ones that I hang around, they want to take the country back to a time. Like there's a different point in time that they wish America was more like today than it currently is. And I also would like that. I understand. I completely get it. I wish it was a different time too. We have a different time in mind. They're thinking like the 50s, 1960s. I'm thinking the weekend of May 23rd, 1997. That was a pretty good weekend for old Mr. Adam Cousins. If you're not familiar, Jurassic Park 2, The Lost World came out. That was pretty big. Saw that opening night at a theater in Tukwila, Washington. Let's see, what else is going on? The Verve Pipe and Paula Cole were topping the charts. That was kind of a big deal. And on Fridays, this is middle school. My mom would get me a Happy Meal on Fridays after she picked me up. So I was living a good life. It wasn't too bad way back then for Adam Cousins. My parents are still together. They've been together for almost 50 years now. They've been married for dang near 50 years. Glad that they're still together. I think it'd be hard if your dad walked out on your family, but I think it'd be a lot harder if your dad, who's the manager of a McDonald's, walked out on your family. Because then, you wouldn't get to have him around, but you'd still be ineligible to win cash and fabulous prizes during the Monopoly game. It's like, I'm never going to get to play catch with my dad again. And I'm ineligible to win a 2002 Jeep Suburban. It's a tough life you're living. It's a tough life. I have the 7-year-old and the 3-year-old. That's what I'm currently working with these days. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of pressure on the youngest daughter. There's a lot of pressure on her to like the same things that the older daughter did. Because we've already got all the stuff. You know what I mean? Like when my eldest one was coming up, it was all about Frozen. And we followed her into that rabbit hole. We're like, she's got like Frozen bed sheets, Frozen stuffed animals, like Frozen costume, from last night. We got Frozen water bottles, got Frozen beach towels, got Frozen barrettes. We got Frozen overalls, got Frozen pillowcases. Got my point. We got a lot of Frozen stuff already in the house. Got a whole bunch of Frozen things, and now we got her little sister. She's right around that age where we thought she would jump in, and guess what she likes? Tangled. She really likes Tangled, and we're like, I really think you should give Frozen another look. It's a great movie, great coming of age. It's sisters. You got a sister? Don't you want to be part of the whole? And not Frozen. We don't want to go into like Olaf's Frozen Adventure. We don't need to go into sequels and spin-offs territory. We're talking OG Kristen Bell Frozen. All right, we gotta at least stay in this lane right now. And so now it's tough. We've invested so much money into our Frozen fandom. We've come so far. We can't just pivot at this point. It's a cost. So I have to be the one. It's fallen on my responsibility. I need to tell my little daughter, 3 years old. Her name's Joy. I have to tell her, Joy, I'm so sorry. Tangled died.
Oh.
I wish it wasn't the case, but oh man, oh gosh, Michael, you would hate this. I saw something on a newspaper the other day that said it's a new world record was set. I think he was like 13 years old. This little boy, I think he's from Baltimore. He set the world record as being the youngest boy to ever fly an airplane across the Atlantic Ocean. It was like, no, I don't care about age-based accomplishments anymore. All right, we're all sick of it. We get it. Kids can do more things than they used to be able to do when we were kids. Boo. I don't care. I don't care about that. You know what? I want to see accomplishments based on other factors. All right, like I want to hear about like the fattest man to ever swim across the English Channel. Like the hottest woman who's really into Weird Al. That would be cool to me. And the poorest guy to ever leave his credit card open at a bar. Those are the things I'd like to read about. Oof. Those are good factoids. Because kids are expensive. Kids are expensive. I'm jumping all over the place. Bear with me. Kids are expensive. That's why I don't really understand like this new Gen Z, Gen Alpha, I think, whatever they are. Like one of the ones who are like, in their mid teens, early 20s, whatever, because they're having less kids than ever before, but they're also like really anti, like the billionaire class. They're like protesting against big banks. They hate money. I know. Yeah. Like, don't they understand? Like, if you hate having money, you would love having kids. Right? I've never made more money than I have these last 7.5 years, and I've never had less money than I have these last 7.5 years. It's like a magic trick, but instead of like a rabbit coming out of a hat, I'm being evicted. That's the magic trick. I watch Dad lose his house. Kind of the trick that we're doing right now. I watched a documentary not too long ago that said all slang was started in prison. That was one of the things that came up during the episode. All slang started in prison. And no, I'm not giving it to them. I'm not buying it. I'll give them some. I'll even give them most. I'll give them most slang. They're not getting all the slang though. All right. Because there's no way that okie dokie artichoke. That did not get started in the yard. All right. And happy pappy? No way. That did not go there. My wife is a member of a Facebook group called Buy Nothing Glendora, which is the neighborhood I live in. Glendora, California, is a Facebook group called Buy Nothing, which is, if you're not familiar with, there is a subsection of these groups all over the country. If you're not familiar with it, it's a good system where there's so much waste and stuff out there. Instead of like just going out and buying something small, you can ask your neighbor for it. Do you just say like, hey, I need a new rake? And they're like, I got an old rake, come pick it up. And it's a good trade-off. The problem is there's no front porch. There's no storefront. You can't just walk up and be like, hey, I'm here for the rake. Here's my number. And someone with a crisp vest will come bring it to you. No, it's always like porch pickups, and I'm often doing stand-up comedy, is that I'm getting done around like 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. Then my wife will text me and be like, hey, I got something I need you to get. And I'm like, it's going to be great. And then she'll send me to some porch and she'll be like, hey, there's going to be some stuff there. I need you to go find it. And that's why I'm confident that I'm featured on Ring doorbell footage all around the San Gabriel Valley. Just like crawling around, just being like, I've been told there's children's shoes here. I'm here for the Crocs. I think the most worthless piece of information is after a big crime on the news when they tell you what the suspect was last seen wearing. I don't think that's ever helped anybody solve a crime. It's like they're always saying something like, police are saying to be on the lookout for this man. The suspect was last seen wearing a blood-splattered gray windbreaker and a black ski mask. It's like, pretty sure he's got to change out of that. Probably not the most helpful information. Like he gets back to his lair, watching the closed circuit security cam footage with his buddies, being like, man, that blood splattered jacket looked great. Thinking about wearing it to my sister's wedding this weekend. Probably didn't happen. I've been watching a lot of TV lately. My favorite show currently on air is Unsolved Mysteries. They did a whole bunch of it back in the day. Doing a little bit more these days on Netflix. They brought it back for a little bit. What I appreciated about it is that I actually don't like it. I respect it. I respect Unsolved Mysteries. Because anyone who's ever written something before knows the hardest thing you can do is come up with an ending. And Unsolved Mysteries decided, we're not going to do that. They're like, hey, who killed that girl? We don't know. But was it her boyfriend? He was pretty suspicious. Hey, sure was. Well, we ever get any resolution on this matter? Been wrapped into this thing? Great question. We're actually going to put a phone number at the end of this episode. And if you have any ideas on who did it, feel free to call in together, help innocent man behind bars. How's that sound? I'll choose your own adventure racial profiling. All right. You guys have been a lot of fun. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. Have a good evening, y'all.
Adam Cousins, everybody. Oh, what happened right there? Adam Cousins, everybody. Adam Cousins, one more time for the one and only Adam Cousins. Adam, you went a little short right there. Nothing else you want to get off?
I thought it was 10. I thought I was doing 10. Oh, sorry about that. I thought I went
15.
over by 2.
15.
Oh, I thought I was going long. I wrapped it up early.
I was like, "What's going on here?" I was like, "Oh my god!" One of his daughters must have just walked in the room right now.
No.
Like, pants are off or something, and he's like, "All right, well, that's enough for me, guys. I gotta."
Oh no, I thought I was already going over.
Now I understand that you had to get those VIP passes for Moana 2 on IMAX in Thanksgiving.
We are going to that for my daughter's 4th birthday. She turns 4 on the day it comes out, so yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I mean, unreal. I mean, like the thing is, it's the funniest thing about that is like my nephew is 6, and my sister calls me and she goes, "Hey, Michael, just wanna make sure that that you I get to you early enough right now because we're planning out Thanksgiving. Are you going to go to Moana 2?" I'm like, that's the weirdest comment. You go, "I'm planning out Thanksgiving. Are you going to go to Moana 2?" Not, "Are you planning on bringing a pie? Like, what would you like? Who should we give thanks to?" No, like, "Hey, you know that like moderately successful former movie from like 7 years ago? Like, we're going to go see the sequel that may or may not be a third as good. One IMAX tickets for that. Yes or no?" That's what she wants me to do on my Thanksgiving weekend. My other choices, Adam, on that Thanksgiving weekend are go see the Coachella Valley Firebirds minor league hockey team.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. As you know, they have a really huge rivalry with the Ontario Kings.
I ever.
I know. Everyone does. And the other option is go to the Living Desert's Wild Lights. You're asking, what is the Living Desert's Wild Lights? It is basically in every city's zoo when they try to make a little bit of extra money because of daylight savings time. They just put up a bunch of lights near the holidays and go, "Here, have at it. We're charging the same amount as it costs to go to the zoo. By the way, all the animals were asleep. So enjoy these lights that are about as good as the ones your neighbors put up." So, but you can also buy a $20 hot chocolate, so it's totally worth it. Adam, did you know that there is a real North Pole in Flagstaff, Arizona?
Well, I know. I know you can get on an airplane and it will circle a parking lot for a while, and then they'll tell your kids we landed without. I guess they're just assuming planes just drive to locations, and then they'll look out the window and they'll see some artificial snow. I've heard of this. Yes.
So yeah, so in Flagstaff, Arizona, they have a Santa's Village that's in the middle of the woods somewhere. And they take you up there on a train or something like that, and that it's the North Pole, it's Santa's Village and everything like that. And my sister says, and again with my sister right now, she goes, "Hey Michael, do you want to go on your birthday to the real North Pole with us? Because we were planning on taking Hunter for Christmas Eve." And I said, "Is this supposed to be a birthday gift for me to get into a car for 8 hours to Flagstaff, Arizona with a 6-year-old boy?"
Am I being punished?
I feel like I did something to upset them. That is the gift. Mike's looking at me right now. He's like, "Yeah, that sounds like a terrible option. Terrible option right now." But here's the thing about that though, is like she goes, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "Oh, well, are you guys going to spend Christmas out there?" She's like, "Oh no, the hotels are expensive. We're just going to drive back after." I'm like, "Oh, that sounds even worse." Have you ever driven to Arizona, do a one-nighter, Adam, and then driven back?
That's rough.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Rough.
But you haven't done it with a 6-year-old in the car, have you?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Exactly. Speaking of that, guys, speaking of positive things that are going on, we're going to continue the show on. But before we do that, let's check in with the leaderboard, Annie. Let's check in with the leaderboard.
Let's get into it. Let's do it. That's right, you guys. Every time you donate, we like to give you a little shout out right here. I still haven't changed it for from Halloween. Let's see. Let's fix this real quick. Here we go. Live production happening and remove. There it is. Hey, it's not Halloween.
Bring it back.
Happy not Halloween, everybody. That's right. Now we're into November. If you are here in the US, which is where I'm at, it's Thanksgiving Day month. All right. I love this month because I love to eat, you guys. I'm a fat woman. I am proud of it. Well, I'm not proud of it, but I love to eat. And I don't mind admitting that. And this is the best month for eating. I love this month for eating. So you guys, we are celebrating you by throwing your name on some Thanksgiving Day memorabilia. You guys, give it up for the amazing William Reynolds dropping 50.
Wow.
That's right. William. That's right. William. $15 originally got you at the bong of the month. So this time I'm putting William's name on a turkey bong. That's right. It's a pilgrim turkey right there. Thank you so much, William. We appreciate you. You're staying up there for the rest of the month. Also, you guys, if you want to stay anonymous, all you have to do is leave me a message with your donation, just like Anonybos did here. Anonybos with $10. Anonybos, thank you so much. You're on a cornucopia. That's right. That just happened. Thank you. And also, you guys, the night would not be complete without Abigail H. Brown over on Twitch. And you guys, we all know that Abigail likes frogs and toads. So, of course, you guys, it's a toad with a pilgrim's hat. Let's go. Thank you so much, Abigail. We appreciate you. You guys, the night is still young. If you guys want to put your own name up there, you can. It's totally possible. We take Venmo at KO-comedy. We also take PayPal, KOComedyShows@gmail.com. And if you're watching over on Twitch, you guys, we take those bits as well. We do. And Twitch, while I have your attention, you guys, we still have a few more amazing comedians, but after the lights go out over on Comedy Hub, we're going to keep the Zoom party going. The after party is going down. That's right, you guys. We have Bianca Red in the room right now. That's right. She's getting ready for the after party. We're going to play some trivia, have some drinks, hang out. It's going to be a good time. Come on through. Also, you guys, this next week, check it out. Sunday, Casey McNeil is hosting right here on KO Comedy. And Thursday, Sammy Obeid is back for Sammy Elects the Hour. So plenty of reasons to come hang out with us right here in the Zoom room. Everyone's welcome. All right. Enough of me. Oh, and Bianca, this just in, you guys. You need to come to the after party. This is the best month because Bianca's birthday is about to happen. Get in here. Whoa. Get in here. We are celebrating Bianca's birthday. It's going down. All right, you guys. Let's get back to your amazing host. And don't forget to give him a follow over at Michael Magid. Also, you can follow Comedy in English at Comedy in English. Give it up for your host. You guys, it's Michael Magid.
Oh, my gosh, guys. One more time for all you guys who've been donating tonight. And again, like Annie was saying, the night is still young. By the way, this is the type of person that Annie is. She said, I enjoy eating, but what she doesn't enjoy eating is seafood. And when I came to town to a seafood restaurant with me not knowing that, and I felt like, oh my gosh, wow, the sacrifices that these people are willing to make. They're not just here providing you entertainment. They are here giving back to the community, to the comedy community, guys. So keep supporting KO Comedy. Keep supporting all the comedians that you're seeing. And with that being said, are you guys ready for some more spectacular comedy, guys? Come on.
Yeah.
Let's keep that energy going. Guys, your next comic coming to the stage is not just a comedian. They are for lack of a better term, an experience. You can see them performing all throughout the Northeast. Let's give it up for the one and only Paul Kilmer, everybody.
Oh, man. I had to let my hair down for this one, guys. This has been a banger of the show. I love it. Everybody's been talking about Halloween. I dressed up as Sexy Paul.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't think, when you guys think of sexy, you think of me.
Yep.
You think of the good old hot sex machine that is Paul. The good old hot sex machine, comedy magic machine guy who will scream at you on the bus. That's me. All right. So yeah, a lot of people ask me what I was dressing up for Halloween today, and I tell them I'm an adult. I don't dress up anymore unless it's in a thong, and that's just to bother my neighbors. That's not a joke. I don't like any of them, and I do things actively to bother them. Yeah, so Thong Paul, if I was an action figure, most of my money is spent on magic tricks and thongs. I know, not even Speedos, thongs. It's about equality. I'm a feminist. I don't know if any of the guys in here have ever tried to put on a garter before, but it's freaking hard. Anyway, I'm going to do some magic. And you should try it, because if you don't, you'll never live. You should put on women's clothes, guys. And you should let me watch. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to light this piece of paper on fire.
Oh my God. Wow.
Billiard ball up here.
Wow.
And speaking of hot Paul Summer, I'll be doing something with this billiard ball later on my OnlyFans. I'm monetizing my sexiness. My therapist told me I needed to express myself sexually, so you're invited. You guys don't need to go to the KO after party. You can come watch me do stuff with a billiard ball on my OnlyFans. In fact, that could be the KO after party.
Oh.
I've been practicing. We're going to play hide the billiard ball.
Oh, God.
You don't know where it goes. I dropped it. Anyway. So a lot of people are asking me, hey, Paul, what are your political views? Well, let me tell you, but before I do, I have a sponsor. Guys, I've sponsored myself. I want to introduce you to the amazing magical Paul Mint Chocolate Chip Suppository.
What?
Do you not like the taste of coffee? I don't, but I like the effects of it. So if you don't want to drink it, I've ergonomically designed this with the help of an engineer. That is me. And it tastes like mint chocolate chip, which my fiance tells me makes me a sociopath. This is how it works. Imagine this is your butthole. Okay?
No.
And it goes into the butthole like this. And there you go. If you guys want to send me a videotape of you doing that, that's cool. But if you don't, I make my own lube too. It's a secret family recipe. Oh, come on. You know you'll like that one. Michael was talking about things, and he was like, hey, Paul, how you doing? And I was like, it's probably not a good idea to talk to me during your set because I'm going to take over. And I did. So thank you, Michael, for giving me extra time. I thought you got the email. Don't ever talk to me at all during anything. Because I have a very specific sense of humor, and I just assumed that you want me to do my set, so you don't get one. Congratulations. I'm the host. Not anymore. I'm the captain now. I saw that movie and now I like to reference it in my comedy sets. Okay, apparently still would see Captain Phillips. I mean, come on, guys. You guys are supposed to be stand-up comics. You're supposed to know things like that. You're supposed to know about Tom Hanks. And not that he's a part of the Illuminati. We know that.
No.
God, everybody's so worried about the world ending. It already ended. It ended like... The world ended when the judge from Night Court died. Come on, it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. Anybody ever read the Bible? It's the book that's in hotels. So the holidays are coming up, which means everybody's going to be bad again. And oh yeah, turns out that I emailed myself from the future about the election. Everybody's still mad, so I hope that helps. Nobody gets what they want, and everybody died. Anyway, that's not a joke. That's my prediction. Follow me on my OnlyFans for all my presidential elections. It's like fantasy football, but with the apocalypse. The world's going to end. We don't know where. Why not bet on it? We're all going to die. Try telling your kids about that. So my dad told me that there was no such thing as Santa Claus when I was 2 because he didn't want Santa taking the credit for buying gifts. Oh, it's not a joke. I'm dealing with it in therapy. My dad had a problem with authority. So instead of taking me out to watch a baseball game or teaching me how to throw a football, he taught me how to track animals in the forest because if anything ever happened to society, I would need to be able to hunt. I was 3. I was the victim. I just wanted to play with Play-Doh. And he taught me how to skin a rabbit. Do you know what that does to someone? It turns them into a very sexy OnlyFans model. Look at me and my entire face. So a lot of people told me not to do it. I did it. But I'm still not making any money, but I do feel really good about myself. I don't know who keeps laughing, but man, you're encouraging this terrible set. I know, Andy, you have to laugh because if you don't, I'll have low self-esteem, and that's your fault now.
It's in my contract. I have to.
I didn't know you had a contract. Good for
I'm
you.
lying. I don't.
Well, you should. You need a raise. Anyway. Hey, how did Paul Kilmer get Annie fired? Oh, I don't know. I think Mike's a good host, and I'm just going to leave it at that. I love Jackie's comedy. This is a point in my set where I probably should end because now I'm starting to mention the other comics. I was told that when I first started comedy, I was told that if I were to start doing bad, to punch down on minorities and women. But this was an actual thing that was told to me in an open mic. You can leave your thoughts in the comments. Just know that it wasn't me. It was something that was told to me. And if you had a similar experience, people tell me weird stuff and then I just have to live with it the rest of my life. Like, again, I'm a victim. Have you ever had to sit through other comedian sets at an open mic? I didn't want to know about this person's genitalia, but now I do. Now I know about their third testicle, which is actually interesting to me because of my autism. But it's something that I didn't need to know about, right, Michael? I love you. You're a good host. And me and Michael go way back. Me and Michael used to work at an Arby's in Daytona Beach, Florida. And by work, I mean I just stood outside screaming at a possum behind a dumpster. Look at me. Does it look like I could have a normal job? These are my action sweatpants. I move up and down, left and right. I'm like a chess piece, but fat. Come on. That one was a good one. I wrote that one for Jackie. Jackie Monahan, a person on the show. I love it.
You're amazing.
Oh, for now. Wait till later. I recently did a gig in New York City, and by gig, I made animal balloons for children outside of the synagogue. And one of the things about yoga moms is the fact that they will fight each other if they feel that their kids are threatened, but more or less they don't like being told what to do. I'll give you an example. A little girl with autism wearing earmuffs walked up and started looking at my signs because it's brightly colored with colorful Disney-style animations. A mom came up and pushed her out of the way, and then a fight started in my balloon line. I don't know if you've ever seen yoga moms fight before, but there were no open hand slap. These were bombs, man. These were old closed fists. They had stance. One took the other down, MMA style. There was blood. I was terrified because of my autism, but the flow of kids still, they got their balloons. Someone went to the hospital. Like I said, my life is just one constant revolving door of weird things. Oh, man, did I mention that I'm selling suppositories now? Let's do this. For anybody who's not a comedian, that's called a callback. Make sure you direct message all the comedians on the show about what it's like being a comedian. They love that. If you want to support me directly, it's Paul Kilmer 2. If you want to support KO Comedy, it's Paul Kilmer 2. Penis, because Jenda's not here. I do this on my phone, so I can't put it in the chat, but I'm going to give it back to Michael, and before you take it back, you look at me in my whole face. You're the best host I've ever had the pleasure of working with.
Oh.
If I was there in that room with you, I would leave immediately because I don't know what I'm in this room. I broke into your house, Michael, and there's nothing you can do about it. It smells like cinnamon rolls in here. All right, well, I guess I'm very comfortable with handing it over to Michael, but you guys won't put me over there, so I'll just do another 25 minutes.
Paul Kilmer, everybody. One more time for the one and only Paul Kilmer, guys. And remember, you can follow him by going to @paul.kilmer.5 on Instagram. And if you want to support KO Comedy, Paul Kilmer 2 on Venmo, guys. That is,
I did it again.
That's how you support KO Comedy and how you embezzle money from an online comedy show that does this.
It's not embezzlement if you just let me do it. That's a donation.
Paul with all the legal loopholes, guys. Paul with all the legal loopholes. Man, that was fun. That was fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. That was I'm not gonna continue talking to Paul because, as he said, that'll just mean another 25 minutes because he doesn't understand how the give and take aspect of comedy works. But Paul, I will say though, no magic. I was a little disappointed. I wanted to see a little magic. So
I did it at the beginning of my set.
Okay. Well,
I set my whole hand on fire for you. I made a billiard ball appear and then I put it in my bum. Where were you? Jackie wants to go up now.
Okay.
You
All right,
told me
guys.
you weren't going to talk to me.
All right, guys. Well, we have just one more comic left. By the way, give yourselves a big round of applause for coming out and supporting online comedy. You guys have all been awesome here. Kevin, Mimi, William, right? Edward, Bernie, Evil Dave, Manic Mystic Michelle, Greg, Cherie, Sean and Monica. Give it up for all. And of course, the one and only Bianca. I would say Bianca, but Bianca's actually here because she's going to be hosting the after party after this. So guys, if you're on Twitch right now, you want to check that out, that's a Zoom exclusive. So you got to get the kocomedy.com, the link to the shows. You got to attend the shows in order to be able to go to that after party. With that all being said, before we get to the after party, are you guys ready for your final comedian of the evening? Come on. Get energy going. You guys know her. You love her. She's got the Jackie Mo show here every Saturday on KO Comedy and the Comedy Hub. Give it up for the one and only Jackie Monahan, everybody.
Hi, everybody. What amazing host. This has been some spectacular hosting that's been happening. Adam Cousin, I miss him. I used to see him doing shows. I haven't seen him in a while. It's good to see him. And I want that costume that kept grabbing things. I want that when I'm old and I can just steal things. Like you have the excuse of I'm old, I don't know what's going on. Two, I'm wearing this bush and it steals things by accident. You come home, you got everything with you. Or what if it did take things you really didn't want, like a dead grandmother? You get home, you're like, where'd this come from? Oh, it's the costume. I gotta stop wearing this. Okay, everybody, I'm a little bit sad. I'm going through a breakup. I had a breakup with a girl because she wouldn't stop saying shit, the actual word shit, and it's very bizarre. Like everything else was perfect, but I just couldn't. I sat her down. I'm like, I know this is weird, but you say shit a lot. Do you think you can stop saying shit? And she was like, yeah, easy. But I mean, every day, shit for brains, cut the shit. It's a shit show. The shit hit the fan. Oh, I'm in a world of shit. It was nonstop. Finally, I was like, you know what? I can't do this. I'm so sorry. And she's like, I can't believe you're breaking up over this. I'm like, shit happens. Which really means ick happens. I got the ick. Here's shit show and shit hits the fan too many times. You get the ick. Anyway, everybody, Google now has their own Alexa and Siri, and it's named Gemini, and it triggers me every time I see it. She's it triggers me every time because you would never, I think two reasons it bothers me. My mother is a Gemini, true Gemini, and I had a friend that was a Gemini that was a nightmare. Like they both traumatized me and made me have to go to tons of therapy. Tons. But more importantly, say that again? I'm blonde now, yes. But no, more importantly, I'm just jealous because I can't have my sign on there. Like they would never be like, oh, let's name it Cancer. No. I've been living with Cancer my whole life. It's my sign. It's my sign. Scorpios are so lucky. They're like, I'm a Scorpio. One time I was on a panel for a movie I was in, and somebody asked us our signs. I was so mad because I wanted to talk about the movie on top of everything, but they asked us our sign. And of course I'm mad because of my shitty sign. And they're both the two people on either side of me, the actors, were just like, Scorpio. I was like, Cancer. Like, oh, it's so annoying. And when someone on a date asks your sign, I'm just like, Cancer. It's like, it ends everything. It's a real showstopper. and the characteristics of Cancers. We are homebodies. So sexy. We don't want to go out. We don't want to go out in the world. But I am on the cusp of a Leo, so there's that. So I should just say Leo, but I just am so honest, which is a sign of a Cancer. But I actually have the same birthday as Robin Williams and Hemingway. And guess what? They both killed themselves. It doesn't look good for me. They probably killed themselves because of their sign. They were so sick of being like, Cancer. Cancer. What's your sign? Cancer. Okay, everybody. If you are what you eat, I'm Cassandra, my favorite Starbucks barista. I really believe that we are what we eat because the last guy I dated was an ass. He would never compliment me. He would eat my ass, but he wouldn't blow smoke up it. Thank you. The Dodgers just won. Annie, did they go insane there?
Where?
Yeah, where you live. They went insane here.
Where I live? I live in Oakland. They don't care about the Dodgers. We
Really?
actively hate the Dodgers.
What? Who did they root for in Oakland?
Oh, well, okay. Well, we used to like the Oakland A's, but they left us for Las Vegas. And the other team here is the San Francisco Giants, and that's why we don't like the Dodgers. They're like the Dodgers' #1 enemy.
Nobody even heard of the Giants.
What are you talking about?
What's a football team?
It's also one of the oldest baseball teams in baseball history.
No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
They're former rivals of the Dodgers from New York. They both moved out here.
I don't even believe it. I've never heard of that.
Jackie, it was the Brooklyn Dodgers and the New York Giants.
Yeah.
The Brooklyn. Okay. I don't know. Anyway, the Dodgers won. I thought I was going to get murdered. Fireworks were everywhere. A firework ricocheted off my head and set the girl next to me on fire.
Oh, no.
I know. I was like, stop, drop, and roll. And I was like, she wasn't doing it. So I had to do it. I started to stop. I dropped and roll. I'm like, do this, do this. And she finally did it. It did work. It put it out, but she doesn't have to decide if she wants bangs anymore. I'll tell you that. Like, singed. And she had a Giants baseball team shirt on. That's what I'm kidding. I feel like it's the Mandela effect where there's all of a sudden the Giants baseball team. Anyway, I feel like you guys are pulling my leg.
This is hilarious, Jackie. You don't even know. Like, this World Series made me so angry because I'm a Bay Area girl. Who do the Giants fans? And I like both Giants and A's. Giants fans, we do not like the Dodgers.
I thought the
A's
Dodgers
fans, we do not like the Yankees. I don't mind. Any other team is fine. But this whole time, I was like, can something happen where they both lose?
I grew up in Rhode Island, and we didn't even have a baseball team. All of our teams were put onto Boston. So we had the Red Sox. So I automatically thought all of California was the Dodgers because we didn't even have our own baseball team. We were lumped in with Boston.
Okay.
And I lived in New York, and New York we have the Yankees. Oh, but we did have the Mets. You're right.
Ew.
All right. Oh man, the fireworks were out of control. Okay, that poor woman with her bangs. Oh. Well, I was like, stop, drop, and roll, but I was doing tumble salts. I didn't know you roll back. I was going like that. You're supposed to go roll like this, so it took her a little longer. I was like, do this. And I was doing dive rolls. Okay. I think that I want, for me, a playlist of music where none of the artists have inappropriately touched anybody. Will there ever be that? Do you guys remember Ellen DeGeneres? Do you guys remember her?
Mhm.
She had a talk show back in the day, a long time ago, and it was canceled because she was mean to people. She was mean to people, I know. She was really mean. But guess what? P. Diddy asked in underage people, drugged them, and had his friends have sex with them and filmed it for his own pleasure. Ellen was mean to people. I mean, there's just such a difference. I mean, now we know how Ellen might have. Who knows? Maybe Ellen did bust in underage people and that we know of. I shouldn't go around saying Ellen didn't touch people inappropriately, but I just don't think she did. I don't think she did. Women are held up to a different standard than men. If P. Diddy, if people were like, P. Diddy was mean to people. P. Diddy was mean. People would be like, and what? Who cares? But I am happy that things are I quit working with somebody who was mean to me, so I get it. But the whole thing is, I was friends with them, and then they got famous, and then they were mean to me. Had I just started working for them and they were mean to me, I would have been like, oh, okay, this is how it goes. But they were kissing my ass for years. And then all of a sudden, wah, wah. Anyway, erase that. I'm kidding. Hi, everybody. I thought being a witch was supposed to be a surprise. I don't understand people that are telling people. They're just like writing it on their Instagram bios. Like when I was 12 years old, all two boys in my neighborhood tied me to a tree and took turns grabbing my boobs. Years later, both of the boys died. They're dead completely, not just a little, like all the way. And coincidence? I do hope so. I can't. I mean, I don't know. But I hope I'm not a witch. But they already tied me to the stake. They just didn't set on fire. Neither of them died from fire. They both had heart problems, that holes in their hearts that nobody knew of. And one lived in Rhode Island and the other in Philadelphia by that point. And they both died. I obviously feel like I might have had something to do. Don't cross me because I'm close to the end. I don't even think it's me. I wasn't trying to have them die. I think what happened is let me tell you this. I had COVID a while back, and a friend of mine called me up. She's like, Jackie, this variant is different. Old injuries, you feel them. And I was like, that explains why my abortions are acting up. Spirit babies. So I think my spirit babies are the ones that killed those guys. I don't think I do anything. I think when people mess with me, my spirit babies do it. Oh, but don't worry, I froze my eggs to throw at people. No, come on. Just in case. You never know. I froze them just in case. You never know if there's going to be a food shortage. I will be prepared with my frozen eggs. Eggs, sunny side up. Get your eggs. Eggs. Okay, everybody. Shit for brains. Okay, everybody. I think I did all the jokes I wanted to do, but I'll do more. I'll talk all day. I will talk nonstop. I'm blonde now. Well, you know what's weird about being blonde? I like that answer. My spirit babies will get you. My spirit babies are, and this is the whole thing. I can't talk to anybody without my spirit babies hearing. Like, I can't warn you guys. Don't fart during my set. My spirit babies will hurt you. They can hear me. They can hear me. I can never do anything without them hearing me. It's wild. Like, I can like quickly be like, hey, blah, blah, blah. No, they hear me. I can't think of thought without them being like, who do we have to kill? I'm just like, you know, let live and let live, spirit babies. I should have named them at least, but they love me. They love their mom. Kids love their mom. And yeah, spirit babies. Okay, I'm trying to think of another joke. I know I have one. Ask me a question. I'll write a joke.
Spirit babies.
What is it? Sarah Palin?
No, spirit babies. I want to know more about spirit babies.
Know more about the spirit babies.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I went to a psychic and the psychic told me I have spirit babies and they're, and I'm like, it makes sense because a lot of crazy stuff's happened. I'm telling you, when I was like 27, I hung out with this woman who was dating a woman a lot younger than her and younger than me. And she had to rub it in my face every day. She'd be like, well, you're old, da, 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 da. And I was going to like come back with like a retaliation joke, truth, roast type situation. And a voice in my head said, don't say anything. And I was just like, okay. And I just didn't say anything. Cut to, she's dead. She's dead too. She's dead. Dead. And then this guy that lived in one of my buildings, one Easter, he was coming with me to a friend's house, and she had like 30 people over, and I was like the guest of honor. She put me at the head of the table, and on the way over, my friend was like, do you want an Adderall? I like fun. This is when I wasn't sober yet. Cut to, it was not an Adderall. It was an Oxycontin. So I fell asleep at the table. It was a nightmare. But guess what? That guy is dead. He died. He's dead. And not of a drug overdose. He died. Oh, it was Adderall. It was a combo. He died of a combo of Adderall, and he had gotten some veins taken out of his leg.
Oh.
He was a gay man. He was really into trying to stay younger looking. But he went to a really butcher show getting the veins out. But yeah, Rob, I'm scared my spirit babies did it. No, I don't think my spirit babies killed. Want to hear another dead story? Do you guys like my dead story? So here's one more. So the same building I lived in, same building as the guy with the Oxycontin, there was a woman named Beck, and she was actively trying to get me addicted to Vicodin. I think she thought that if I got addicted to Vicodin, I would get it, and we would both just take Vicodin all the time. So she would give them to me all the time, but I was an alcoholic. I did drugs, but I never got addicted to them. I think the spirit babies had something to do with that. And I would just hoard them. I didn't sell them or anything. I would just take them at different times. But I just didn't get addicted to them. But she was actively trying to get me addicted to Vicodin. Cut to, she died. And my neighbor, my aunt has a terrible relative, and I kept prank calling him saying I was his daughter, his long lost daughter, and I would give him Beck's number because Beck's phone wasn't disconnected. That's terrible. The spirit baby should kill me. I should be killed. Why am I telling you guys these horrible stories? I'll tell you a good story. We are going to have a lady president for the first time. And if not, Trump is going to die. So doesn't matter either way. And if Trump dies and that other guy becomes president, he'll die too. Everybody will die until Kamala will be president one way or another. Everybody will die, and then Kamala will be president. But hopefully all these people don't have to die, and she could just be president November 6th. Does anybody have any more questions? You guys, I had 7 different costumes this Halloween because I kept having to go to events, and you don't want to wear the same one all the time. So the last one, I was just like bored, so I just wore a nun habit. And some people thought I was a real nun. I couldn't believe it. So I really pretended I was a nun, and they kept asking me questions. One guy was like, does God love everybody? I was like, God loves everybody. And somebody said, does God love even pedophiles? And into a microphone, to a room full of people, I said, God even loves pedophiles. Like, I never thought I would be saying into a microphone, God loves pedophiles. Pedophile is the worst named word in the planet. It literally means love of children. There's not anything that's like love happening with a pedophile. Like bibliophiles, love of books. No one's like, oh, this book is so good. Let me fuck this book. Like, no. No one's like, a cinephile loves movies. No one's like, I love Shawshank Redemption. I got to get my dick in there somehow. I want my dick all over Shawshank Redemption. I love it. Like, that's not how love works. And heaven forbid the kid goes over. The kid's like, this guy, I heard he's a pedophile. It means love of children. I'm going over there. Check this out. What does this mean? So you're going to give me a lot of candy? No. He's going to come home and be like, Gary has a weird way of loving children. But what about, the worst part is, what about the people that really do love children? They don't have a word. They are boring, but we need a word for them. Thank you, everybody.
Jackie Monahan, everybody, one more time for the one and only Jackie Monahan, and make sure you're checking out the Jackie Mo Show every Saturday over on Comedy Hub. Guys, if you're just joining us right now and didn't know this, a lot of information has been given away tonight. For instance, a lot of you guys out there think that the witch that has committed the most mass murders in the entire history of the world is Agatha Harkness. It's actually Jackie's spirit babies. They are most mass murdering witches of all time. Consistently murdering everybody that is in a set that she does. At the end, I think, Jackie, at the end of you telling any story, you should just say they died.
Yeah. Good idea.
It's almost like a voodoo type thing where all of a sudden, and then the next thing you know, she's like, "Give it up for your host. He died," and I'm like, "Then I'm dead." Okay, that's a weird. That's a morbid way to end it. Guys, one more time for all the comics you saw tonight. Adam Cousins, Paul Kilmer, Jackie Monahan. I've been Michael Magid. You can reach me at Michael Magid on all social medias. One more time for Annie for running everything behind the scenes here at KO Comedy. One more time for Comedy Hub for all you guys who have been watching on the Twitch stream. Stay tuned, guys, for those of you guys in the personal Zoom room right now for the KO after party with the one and only Bianca Red in her birthday month. We will see you next Friday. Yeah. We're out. Later, guys.
Michael,
birthday week. My birthday's next Friday. Hey, yo.
Michael's an amazing host.
Oh, Michael's great.
Yeah.